Looking good, my guy.
How you doing, MP?
I'm good, man. How about you?
I'm chilling. Check out this pregame buffet. They got some good stuff.
Nah, man. I try to eat light before the game.
They got a Mediterranean chicken wrap. It's light.
Mediterranean chicken wrap. All right, I'll check it out. Hey, any chance you want to trade jerseys after the game?
How do we play for it?
I'm all in.
If that's what you want, I'm game. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines. It'll be the Thunder off the tip. Greg, we've got two of the top offensive teams in this one.
Yeah, but my focus is on the other end tonight, defense. The team that can come up with just a few timely stretches of stops, I think they win.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. The guard set is Giddey and White. Vucevic is out there with Jalen Smith. White, good.
Laser focus from White. The moment that pass was headed to him, he was ready.
Pass to Hartenstein. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's White. This game out, he had 14. To the paint. Excellent D there from Williams. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Thunder. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
And they brought the energy. I thought played well, but both teams really put on a great show. Unfortunately, someone had to lose.
Yeah, that was two very evenly matched teams. But in the end, it came down to who executed better down the stretch.
And the Thunder with the possession here. The Bulls knocking down the three. Williams looking over the floor. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot comes out. Nice defense from Giddey. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Drills the three-pointer.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Outside Williams. Shoots the three. No good there.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there. Trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Giddey. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
Yes, that goes in. 7 points in the game.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Williams sends a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Hands it from downtown. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Out to White. Vucevic a screen on George. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Vucevic with the bucket.
Working it to Vucevic, and he does not hesitate.
You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know.
Well, you're not being
Billy,
fair to yourself now. Come
Billy was a great college player. And I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer. Back-to-back national titles in college. And then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. And here are the Bulls now. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. Over in the corner, George. And a miss there on the triple. Chicago with the ball. They're on an 18-7 run. That one drops for him. White's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. One of the standout performers recently. We have a chance now to recognize the Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
And you just look at the point totals that he has posted up during that time frame. Just some unreal numbers. Hard to argue with him as the pick when he is just putting up huge stats on offense and carrying this team with his scoring ability.
Dort kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams for three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Pass to Giddey. Down low. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Dort with the ball. He's picked up by White. Now Williams. Williams, a screen on Vucevic. Outside Williams. No good, unable to end this run. The Bulls leading by 11. Here's White. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. White's got 10 points in the game.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
Here's Giddey after Oklahoma City gets the three. Smith sets the pick for Giddey. Takes it off the glass. He's got 12.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Bounce pass from Williams. Cans the 12-footer.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Pass to Vucevic to the middle. Out to White. Lots of room. Another one falls for Chicago.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Down by 12. Hartenstein finds Dort. Williams, a screen on White. Here's Dort. And the Thunder, another three.
And the three-point shot wasn't always there for Dort, but he's put in a ton of work on it, and it shows.
Pass to Smith to the inside. The shot, no good. Good D by Williams. Thunder have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein against Vucevic. Williams inside the line. Rebound by the Bulls. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's White. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
You know, Stan, it is great to see Kobe White put it all together.
It sure is, Kevin. This guy hung in there with a great attitude, even when he wasn't playing as much as...
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Inside. Out to Smith. Pass to Giddey. To the inside. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. The Bulls making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in.
Number 9.
Thunder trailing by 5. Taking a look at the Bulls. The guard set is Giddey and White. Jalen Smith is out there with Vucevic. The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Giddey. Down low. And stolen by Caruso. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bulls.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And let's not forget how terrific they've been on the offensive glass, throwing themselves on that backboard and being rewarded with additional points.
Count it, good.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Wiggins. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Caruso. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
To the paint. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
Wiggins, a screen on Giddey, and they call an illegal screen here. Let's see some of the numbers here for him.
And when it comes to his scoring, he's enjoying a fantastic run. He's brought his points per game average up thanks to the work he's done in the past 10, and maybe he's got another big one in store tonight.
Hartenstein, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dort comes in for Isaiah Joe. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. They get the rebound. Hartenstein shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for 2, Isaiah.
No good on that one. You know, Stan, it sometimes seems that coaches get themselves ejected on purpose to fire up their team. Am I on the right track there or not?
Well, Kevin, certainly it happens with some guys. There have certainly been guys, Jerry Sloan, Don Nelson, who would do some of that.
How about you? How about you?
Now, Kevin, you know me. All I've always ever tried to do was help the referees because we all just want to get to the right call, and I could help them in that way.
Yeah, you did all the time.
As much as I could, but they were not receptive.
I got yours.
Pass to Wiggins. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Vucevic with the block.
Well, defensively, Vucevic was in great position and times that perfect.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Under trailing by 7. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. To the middle and stolen by Caruso. Here's Wiggins. It's rebounded by Giddey. The Bulls leading by 5. He tries for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got his 5th rebound in this one. Caruso with the ball. Defended by Giddey. White against Gilgeous-Alexander. Lays it up off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 14 points.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
To the inside. And again, Chicago. No good. Oklahoma City has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Hartenstein. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game, and the shot goes in. Bulls have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Giddey finds Smith. And he finishes nicely on the layup. He's got 18.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pass to Caruso. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, here's Dort. Now Caruso. He has 5.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Lets the 3 fly. Dort grabs the miss. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. It's a 3-point game. Vucevic with the block.
Well-timed by Vucevic. Not a center who piles up blocks, but this guy picks his spots.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Pass to Smith. On the wing, Giddey. From deep. Connects from 3-point range. Now it's a 6-point Chicago lead. Oklahoma City shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Wiggins, a screen on Giddey. Here's Dort. Wiggins passes to Caruso. Shot clock at 5. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
And this is the kind of fire Gilgeous-Alexander plays with. How about...
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. In Chicago, leading by just 1. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. They're thinking about the shot. Give it up for the participants.
Welcome, everyone, to halftime. The Chicago Bulls find themselves in a good matchup here at the break.
Getting points from that second unit was clutch. Depth protects you against injury, but it can also win a game for you.
Yeah, and those starters are going to have the fresh legs for the second half.
And let's move on to the race for Rookie of the Year. A lot of young talent in the league this season.
These guys have made a great case all season long, Shaq, and now they're processing things even faster, making even better decisions. That's impressive.
Yeah, if your front office selected any one of these guys, you can say you won the draft.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And here are the Bulls now. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. Williams is out there with Williams. And it's Hartenstein in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
Still so consistent from the mid-range. This has been a staple of Vucevic's game for a long time.
Giddey against Gilgeous-Alexander. It's all in by the Bulls. Fires the 3. No good that time. Thunder trailing by 3. Pass to Hartenstein. Dort with the ball. For the tie. Drains it from beyond the arc. Dort's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Williams with the steal. For the lead. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Outside, Dort. Pass to Hartenstein. Down low, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Now Dort on the wing, Williams. Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. The offensive rebound. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket. And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. From beyond the arc, gets the three-pointer to fall. 26 points for him.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
Williams trying to break free. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Williams. And so White will bring it up for the Bulls. Pass to Vucevic. White with it. Inside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Williams.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. A guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
Hartenstein with a screen on Giddey. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
Well, he hit a couple of threes in the first half, but none since then.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Giddey. To the paint. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. To the inside. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down to just 3 in the basket from Williams.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Drops in the layup for 2.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Gilgeous-Alexander against White, and the foul called on Josh Giddey. That is his first foul of the game. Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Kenrich Williams.
Number 9, Alex Caruso.
Here's Dort. He has 6. Outside Williams. No good from outside.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Out to the right wing. Puts up a 3. The Thunder pull it in. Hartenstein's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. It's Williams, high post. Pass to Caruso. Dort with a screen for Caruso. Knocks down the 3 ball. Caruso's got 10 points in the game.
Well, in that 2-man set, Caruso just going himself. Very smart.
Caruso grabs the miss. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Pass to Hartenstein. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he hits it to tie the game up. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 21.
And the move and the basket, SGA has the defense shook.
There's the 3. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Giddey against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Caruso. No good on the triple. Bulls leading by 3. Outside White. And he uses the glass on the layup. 33 points for him.
And just running the offense, White's that new breed of combo guard who can do a little bit of everything.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
It's White on the wing, defended by Dort. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Hartenstein's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Outside, Dort. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's the 3. Count that one for Dort. Dort's got it all tied up now for the Thunder.
And when you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire.
And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. Coach Mark Daigneault said, I look at him more like he's an artist. You can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow. Thank you for the report.
I mean, a 6'8 playmaker. Giddey is a point forward, and he piles up the assists.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. For the Thunder, Williams is checked in for Harden. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Bulls.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
On the court for Chicago to start the fourth. He's got Kevin Huerter. Robinson is out there with Williams. Then it's Josh Giddey.
Well, he's been more confident shooting it since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
Huerter on the wing. Three-pointer. The Thunder pull it in. Caruso's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Josh Giddey.
And this guy just does everything. Scores, passes, good rebounder. Just an all-around terrific basketball player.
Whitey's checked in for Kevin Huerter. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Giddey. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 3.
And how about the body control? Giddey refusing to let the defense alter that shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. Pass to Caruso. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Over in the corner, White. From outside the arc, gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Gilgeous-Alexander. It's Robinson high post. Pass to Giddey. Outside Robinson. 6 on the shot clock. Giddey finds Williams. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Outside Williams. 3-pointer on the way. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. The Bulls leading by 7. Right wing, the 3. Good on the triple. He's got 39.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Let's get an update now on Trey Jones. What's the status there, David?
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with Chicago's head athletic trainer. He told me that he has a painful cramp right now, but they're trying everything they can think of to work it out. And if he misses a lot of games, it will obviously be a big blow to their chances of winning it all this year.
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it as always.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Caruso. Off target at the rim. And here are the Bulls now. They're on an 11-2 run. Here's White. And again, another assist.
And look at this. He's just taken over the top spot for assists by a rookie. Truly an extraordinary playmaker. And this guy is just getting started.
That really puts into perspective, doesn't it? The unique talent, execution, and pure effectiveness of the offense with the ball in his hands, with him at the control. Gosh, he's got such a bright future. And the Thunder making a change here. Dort's checked in. Vucevic checked in for the Bulls. Smith comes in for Patrick Williams. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Coach Mark Dagnall talked to his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Okay, David, thanks. Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Williams in for Wiggins. Over in the corner, White. And they get it back. There's the triple. Buries the long-range jumper. White's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bulls.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot. But when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
No doubt how much those boards impact the overall outcome. You can't give them extra chances.
Caruso with the ball. Now Smith defending.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
It's White on the wing. Defended by Dort. For three. Another three for Chicago.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12 points in just the second half. Chicago again turning it over. Williams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
Number 34, Henrik Williams.
Thunder trailing by 15. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Over in the corner, Williams. Fires for three. It's all in by the Bulls. Pass to Vucevic. It's White on the wing. Defended by Dort. Back to White. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. That shot off the mark. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Down by 15. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Now the Bulls with it. They're on a 20-6 run.
He's turned it over 4 times here in the fourth quarter. That's really bad timing.
Oklahoma City has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Here's Dort. The Thunder with another miss.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Back to Smith. Fires from deep. Bangs home the trifecta. And he has 42.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. For the three. Sinks the triple. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 15 points here in the second half.
Well, that's now his 3rd triple of the game. First here in this second half.
Giddey kicks to Smith. And it's Giddey in the corner. Another three for Chicago.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Under trailing by 18. Outside Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Giddey. Giddey's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Pass to White. Launches a three. Another three for Chicago.
Well, we've really seen White raise his game as a scorer. He can be relentless at times, like right now.
Now here's Williams. Back to Dort. Hartenstein with a screen on White. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game. And so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one. So that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps, a terrific story.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Bulls.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
Well, in a dominant year where we've watched this team battle night in and night out all season long, this will bring their win total to an impressive 69.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
That free throw, no good. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Kenrich Williams. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Dort. Chicago also making some changes. Collins checked in for Vucevic. Williams comes in for Smith. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for White. Here's Gilgeous Alexander driving the lane. Collins grabs the miss.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
And good. He hits it again.
An incredible performance tonight, folks. He's at 50.
And tonight ties him for the 5th most 50-point games in NBA history.
Elgin Baylor had 17 50 pieces during his legendary career. He's level with Elgin. Next up is James Harden, who had 23.
Count that one.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, I guess you want this jersey now, huh?
Of course. It's time to pay up, Shaq.
Lucky I'm a man of my word. Let's do it.
Hey, good luck the rest of the way, bro.
Appreciate it, bro. You too.
Stay healthy.
Yeah.
Another game, another win. Back to work tomorrow. MP, you remind me of a young Isaiah Thomas. They weren't even trying to win, so you better not lose. You were the top rookie last month.
Fans, don't forget about our bobblehead giveaway day. Come to the game, bring the family, and get a friend. We want your time to be real. If you're having an issue or any task that needs to be addressed, please text the word "word" following your issue and to location to 55555. A member of our guest relations team will respond and address your concern immediately. If you're still looking for tickets at any upcoming games, visit the Bulls ticket booth or on the team's website for more availability. We hope to see you out there at the next home game. We can't wait to see you at our next home game, Bulls fans, because each and every one of you will be getting your own Bulls backpack. All right,
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, an April Fool's Day edition. Glad to have you with us. With two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce, our reporter. All right, let's take a look at some numbers for him.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level scorer than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Now let's take a look at Toronto's starting lineup. R.J. Barrett out there with Brandon Ingram. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly. Then there's Dick. And it's Pirtle in at the 5. And for Chicago, Gideon White pair to make the backcourt. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Mitchell Robinson. And with both teams fighting for playoff position, this is as intense of a regular season as you'll see, Grant.
Oh, B.A., you can feel what's at stake here in the arena. Both of these teams will treat this like the postseason. The playoffs start now for them.
It'll be the Raptors off the tip. Quickly against Giddey. Outside Barrett. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it.
R.J. Barrett trusting the jumper in the catch and shoot. Boy, if he's consistent with that, turn the lights out.
And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. Now Ingram. Goes up at the stripe. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. This game against Toronto is the first time they've met this year.
They'll be looking to impose their will against this team, something they couldn't achieve last season.
Hey, a rare three-pointer from him.
This guy is quickly developing into an outstanding playmaker, Josh Giddey. Nice setup.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, Billy Donovan had a few moments to share with me. We got to talking about Brandon Ingram, and I asked how Coach thought they might limit him tonight. Coach told me, well, there's nothing we can do about his size and his length, so we're hoping just to frustrate him and keep him off balance by getting up in his business and contesting shots. Hopefully that plan pans out for them, guys.
And Allie, thanks. White, good.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
On the wing, Grady Dick. Kicks it out to Barrett. Fires the 3. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Chicago has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. And one thing we've seen from R.J. Barrett, he likes playing in a system where they move the ball, Doris.
And he likes B.A. when that ball moves in his direction. R.J. Barrett is a thirsty scorer. He can go off the bounce. He's working really hard to shore up that perimeter game. He has got a tremendous future.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Now here's Dick, coming in off 21 points in his last outing. He buries it from 3. Barrett's got 7. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Giddey finds Vucevic, outside Robinson. Right side White, fires for 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
Inside, here's Barrett, and he dunks it down.
Wow, the hammer by R.J. Barrett. How about that athleticism?
That'll be a 5-second call. And now with a break, here are the best passing teams in the NBA so far. Number 1, the Bulls.
The beauty of this offense is that the ball never stops moving. If the shot isn't there, the next pass is made.
And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Dick, the pass to Ingram. Now here's Barrett. Pirtle with the ball. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. And the dunk by Pirtle.
I think his frame makes him very difficult to deal with as a roll man. Pirtle can set a mean screen.
Giddey passes to Vucevic. And here's Robinson. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Dick. No points so far. The shot by Ingram, no good.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
I mean, just hitting all their shots early. What an offensive game plan. It must be the coaching.
Pass to Barrett. Here's Pirtle, and it's out of bounds. That one off Pirtle. Let's take a look at the seeding for the Eastern Conference, with only 4 games of the regular season remaining. You look at Chicago, a fantastic season so far for them. First place in the conference. And, of course, there's Toronto. They need to work much harder to climb out of the bottom of the conference. Abaji's checked in for Barrett.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Pass to Abaji. Now here's Ingram. Quickly outside. Pirtle with a screen on Giddey. Quickly from outside. Hits the trifecta.
Quickly has incredible confidence and dangerously deep range, folks.
Outside White. To the middle. Oh, he's locked in. Dreams his 5th shot in as many attempts.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Raptors trail by 6. Here's Quickly, giving them some good production, putting up just around 16.5 points a game. They get the rebound. Outside for Ingram. Another shot. Goes up with it again. Back to Dick. Pass to Pirtle. Kicks it to Quickly. And here's Ingram outside. That has to be encouraging. Sinking one after missing his first 5.
Well, that's why Ingram has been an all-star. He gives your team spacing, and he doesn't need the rock to score.
Outside Giddey. Rebounded by Ingram. And Ingram has got the ball here for Toronto. It's a 3-point game. After their title in 2019, the Raptors have struggled to stay among the league's elite stars.
Well, think about it, B.A. The driver of that title success was Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Both of those players are gone. Very hard to replace players of that caliber. Almost inevitable they were going to take a step back.
Now here's Quickly. Over Giddey. Can't hit it from 12 feet. Chicago leading by 6. Down low. It's stolen by Ingram. And a fast break now for the Raptors.
Oh, that is an easy read for Mr. Quickly, simply finding the open man.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. So on the floor for Toronto to kick off the second quarter. They've got Walter, and it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Great open look there.
Well, you can see why his teammates love playing with him. Vucevic willing to find the open guy.
Outside Robinson. Pass to Barrett. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Oh, from deep. It's hauled in by Robinson. Raptors trail by 12. To the inside. Shed. Giddey with a defensive effort.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
To the right side. Back to Herter. To the middle. There's the triple. Drills it from deep. Herter's got his second basket of the night.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Pass to Robinson. Here's Shed. Giddy defends. For three, Barrett. Chicago with a rebound. Following this one, they host the Trailblazers. That'll be the second and last game of a quick homestand. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards. And you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Allie, he's certainly got the skill level. To the paint. And the layup is good off the glass. He's got 19.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Pass to Shed. Can they get it? Kicks it out to Barrett. From outside the arc. That's his 6 make in 11 tries.
They've struggled, but hey, you cannot lay it at his feet. Offensively, he's getting it done.
Outside Herder. Down low. Here's Giddy. It's Herder on the wing. 5 to shoot. From behind the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go. Herder's got 9.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Here's Abaji. Robinson defending. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. All right, Doris, what do you think separates the good teams from the great teams in crunch time?
Boy, I think there's a lot of things, Brian, that separate that. Number one, can you execute on both ends when it's a clutch game? Can you absorb the pressure of a moment, understanding time and score, how to get a quality shot on every possession, how to string together multiple stops? Can you make shots under duress of great defense? There are so many things that differentiate between the good and the championship.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And the three-pointer goes. Giddy's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Boy, Giddy, if he becomes a knockdown three-point shooter, you will not be able to guard this guy.
Here's Shed. And again, Toronto, no good. And it's the Bulls' ball. They're on a 16-5 run. Picked by Vucevic from deep. Giddy. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Robinson. Here's Shed. Over Giddy. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. Left side Herder. Tries again. And the layup is good. 21 points in the game.
And you have to appreciate the heart they've shown on the offensive boards this quarter.
Toronto calls timeout. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant, and they couldn't get anything going.
I thought they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
Kobe White, he's checked in for Chicago. Pirtle's checked in for Toronto. Ingram comes in for Abaji. Here's Walter. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Inside. Vucevic with a steal. Jumps up. Herder gets the bucket. Herder's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Grant, how about Kobe White? Going from a bench player to one of the league leaders in minutes.
Yeah, Kobe played more than 35 minutes per game last season. Top 10 in the league. We saw White hit another level, so he has an exciting future in front of him. They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
White for 3. Pirtle grabs a miss. And Ingram has got the ball here for the Raptors. Down low to get back on track. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Oh, the athleticism of Ingram. Exceptional at skying up for slams.
Herder passes to White. To the paint. And he banks in the layup.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Here's Shed. Still no points. And the dunk by Pirtle.
I think this guy's a threat to throw it down every time Pirtle gets his hands on the ball. This guy has tremendous size and takes advantage.
Misses from close range. For Toronto, they've gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. Here's Mobo. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Now that we have a few years of reference, it's safe to say the NBA play-in tournament has been a roaring success, Greg.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's the Chicago Bulls with an almost surefire victory here, up 32 at the end of the quarter and dominating. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Their passing was clearly superior in the first half. They were playing a team game, not one-on-one basketball. Good player movement.
And now it's time to bring up the players of the... And that's a wrap on...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. The Bulls shooting with some fire. 66% in this one. Gideon White pair to make the backcourt. Mitchell Robinson is out there with Nikola Vucevic. That's the group for Billy Donovan. Getting going here in the second half. Nails it from beyond the arc.
You have to be excited about Josh Giddey. This guy knows when to shoot off the catch.
Outside Ingram. For 3, Barrett. And it's Chicago with a board. Outside White. Pass to Robinson. To the inside. Now here's Giddey. Guarded by Quickly. To the middle. It's rebounded by Barrett. The Raptors shooting about 43% in this one. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got his 4th rebound in this one. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 25 points in the game.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Barrett. Ooh, that one makes him 7 for 14. Got a nice rhythm going here today.
R.J. Barrett has size, quickness, and a knack for scoring the basketball.
And it's in there.
It always helps to get these kinds of looks, right? Super easy to convert from that distance.
It's Pirtle high post. Outside Barrett. The 3 is up. That one won't go. That's his 8th miss out of 15 shots. Pass to Robinson. Outside Giddey. To the wing, right side. No good on the 3. The Raptors have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Barrett. Good on the bucket. Barrett's gotten 4 this quarter.
Oh, that's some big-time grit by R.J. Barrett. You want some contact on me, I can finish anyway.
He shoots a 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Following this one, they host the Trailblazers. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. And he gets it to go.
Boy, you talk about a gifted finisher. R.J. Barrett, soft touch on the interior.
And once again, off the mark by Chicago. Toronto has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Puts up a 3. Pure from 3-point range. Ingram's got 8 points.
Developing a more compact motion on his shot has improved Ingram's consistency from range.
Comes up empty down low. Toronto's got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Oh, Robinson with a block.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Toronto's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Here's Barrett. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Giddey's got 5 rebounds in the game. Hey, from beyond the arc. Quickly with a rebound.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
And again, unable to change momentum here. The Raptors have gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third. Pass to Pirtle. Back to Quickly. And here is Barrett. And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
Lots to talk about here, guys. I mean, losing momentum and looking for answers.
I think here.
Here's Herder. He's got 14. 4-3. Toronto grabs the miss. Quickly's got 4 rebounds now. Soft touch off the glass. 10 points for him.
That's about activity, determination, Quickly finishing strong.
Down low. Sinks that one from the post. Here's Quickly. He's got 10. Pass to Agbaji. Goes up on the wing. That's good on the jumper. Agbaji's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Smith outside. Outside Jones.
Man, good whistle there.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bulls.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
The Sumu, he's checked in for Herder. Pass to Walter. Back to Pirtle. Quickly outside. Pirtle with a screen on Jones. Shoots from 12. Here's Agbaji. 2 on the clock. And the bucket is good. Agbaji's got 8 points.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
To the inside. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
What an excellent post-entry pass. Good things happen when you make that next look.
Now here's Quickly. He's got 10. Agbaji can't hit.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Inside. Shakes off strong D and gets to the bucket for 2 points. He's got 34.
Against good defense, he finds just enough room to operate.
Pass to Pirtle. Back to Quickly. Over Jones. And it's Quickly. That time on the assist by Pirtle. Quickly's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, sometimes you have to flex into the mid-range. Emmanuel Quickly ready to do just that.
DeSumo outside.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
There's a minute 59 left in the third quarter. And so Quickly will bring it up for Toronto. This one for 3. Not going to go that time. Chicago shooting an efficient 57% tonight. Hey, expanding his range. Drops in the 3.
Number 26.
Toronto shooting about 53% in the third. A very good number. Pass to Abaji. Collins with the rebound. Collins has got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint. Here's Smith. Mobo with the rebound. The Raptors shooting 46%, a decent average so far. He takes it in and is blocked by Collins. Picked by Pirtle. Quickly against Jones. Second chance shot. And it's Quickly with a miss. And for Chicago, they're shooting a disappointing 38%. Another 3 for Chicago.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
Here's Walter. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Dosunmu. And he gets that one. Dosunmu's got his first basket.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Quickly deciding where to go with it. Looking to end the run. Sinks the tray. Quickly's got 15.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a gigantic 33-point lead at the close of the quarter. It hasn't taken them too. Head coach Billy Donovan is mic'd up along the sidelines. Let's check it out.
We've done a great job moving the ball. Let's keep the ball moving.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So the Raptors 5 right now. They've got Walter, and it's Abaji in the power forward position. Here's Shed. Spins. And it's rejected.
You can see the quick reflexes of DeLon Wright. Twice on the pipes.
And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sent shockwaves into the opposition sails.
And the Raptors making a change here. Swider's checked in. Here's Robinson. Got it off in time to beat the shot clock, but it's no good. And for the Bulls, they're shooting a terrific 58% from the floor. Here's Williams. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Pass to Robinson. And you look at the development of AI, how might it affect the league going forward, Doris?
I think there's so much to be learned, Brian, about that exact thing, whether we are talking about the league or whether we're talking about society to a greater extent. As it relates to the league, how will teams employ it for scouting? Does it impact shot selection or player contracts? Maybe even the negotiation of the next CBA. Truth is, we really don't know. What we do know, it's coming fast. Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Pass to Robinson. Here's Shed, hounded by Wright. And it's Shed missing.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Beyond the arc. That shot missing. The Raptors have gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. And he comes up with a bucket.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
Right, the pass to Williams. He tries for 3. Connects from downtown. He has 45 points.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Over to the left wing. Right outside. All right, Grant, you feel the non-superstars are making the money they should?
Well, B.A., it's a topic in every CBA negotiation. But I think we're trending in the right direction. But it seems like there's always more work to be done.
Pass to Swider. Here's Abaji. Knocked loose. Right with a steal. Now Williams. Here we go, one-on-one. Outside Herder. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Swider. The Raptors have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Robinson with it. Here's Abaji. On target from range. Agbaji's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
Well, individually, he is doing everything he can in this 12-minute session, but he's just not getting enough help.
Pass to Swider for 3. And it's Chicago with a board. Outside, Williams. Right, the pass to Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Pulling no punches, attacking the heart of that defense.
Toronto has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Now Robinson. Over to the wing. Here's Abaji. Tipped.
Boy, nice job by Smith. Gets a piece of the ball without committing the foul.
Raptors ball. Substitution on the court.
The 3 from Quickly. And it's Chicago with a board. Smith's got 8 rebounds in the game. Oh, he tries a 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Dick's got 4 rebounds now. Inside. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Boy, you find a lane and you attack the rim with ferocity, Quickly doing work.
Left side Williams. The 3 ball. And again.
And this guy is just a historically great scorer.
And he stands alone with the 5th most career 50-point performances.
Yeah, only Harden, Kobe, MJ, and Wilt have more. That's a who's who of great scorers.
The 3 from Quickly. He's off on that one.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Wright. And a two-handed jam.
So sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. Pass to Dick. The 3 is up. And he can't get that one.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Shot is up. Cans it from the wing.
And trying to put the game away, he's been nails all evening.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Here's Ingram. Pass to Abaji. Picked by Pirtle. Shot to stop the run. The shot misses. The Bulls have gone 8 of 12 so far here in the fourth. Herder can't hit.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Outside Ingram. And here's Quickly. To the inside. Pass to Abaji. Clock at 6. Takes a 3. Can't get it to go. Now 9 for 15. Chicago's got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Now here's Smith. It's Herder on the wing. He gets it. He's 7 for 8 and really going at him out there.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Outside Ingram. Jacks up a 3. Fires in the triple. Ingram's got 10 points in just the second half.
Look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Hard off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper.
And there's the drive. Herder from long range. Rebounded by Ingram. Ingram's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Well, when you list the best players in the NBA right now, Doris, most of the top guys are from outside the U.S.
B.A., I don't know why that is. There's a lot of theories out there, one of which is the 1992, the initial Dream Team, so captivated the imagination of fans across the world. So I think that's part of it. We have to love that the game of basketball is so popular in countries outside of the United States, and we would be making a mistake if we did not give the league the credit it deserves for wanting to grow the game internationally. It has not been solely and exclusively focused here in the United States. They want everyone to love the game as much as we do.
Abaji tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Chicago has gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the 4th. Pass to Williams. Here's Herder. Back to right. Down low. Outside Herder. The Bulls need to get off a shot. He puts up a 3. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
Boy, DeLon Wright with great range. What a shot.
Outside Dick. Pass to Pirtle. Here's Abaji. Williams defending. Now Ingram. Puts up a deep 3. The shot no good.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Bulls.
In today's game, you need to shoot it well from 3. That was the difference maker.
Exactly. And the defense didn't rotate out quickly enough to disrupt their shooters.
And all year, they've just found a way to win. 70 games in total. Consistency can be so elusive in this league. But they've got the talent, and their coach has pushed all the right buttons. It's been exciting to watch.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
To the middle. Ooh, stolen by Smith. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. With the second effort, and he lays it up and in.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Ingram up top. So it's the Bulls winning this one easily, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off. So long, everybody.
They really thought they had a chance tonight.
Way to bring home that W. Time to warm up. Get ready to rock.
Like those kicks, MP?
These are the games you have to win to be taken seriously.
We want your time in the arena to be enjoyable and
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And checking out some numbers for him.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The wings, Sharp and Avdia. Then it's Anthony Simons. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the power forward position. And for Chicago, the guard set is Giddey and White. Vucevic is out there with Collins. And if you claim to be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
Pass to White, and stolen by Sharp. Down low. The layup off target. Here's White. Drills it from outside.
An assertive offensive player. White knows he has the green light to rise and fire.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Billy Donovan.
Now, he highlighted the problems that come along with facing a center like DeAndre Ayton. Coach said DeAndre impacts the game on both ends of the floor. He can score inside, shoot the mid-range jumper, and defensively, he can protect the rim and switch out on the perimeter. Certainly a talented young center. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
Outside, Simon buries it from three-point range.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now, here's Sharp. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out, and it's in there.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
Outside Collins. Avdia with a defensive effort.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Oh, Ayton in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
What a finish by Ayton, using those long arms to snatch that pass up high.
And when you're a knockdown shooter like you were, with the kind of athleticism that Anthony Simons possesses, Brent, you're in rarefied air.
Yeah, no doubt Anthony, one of those guys really tough to stop. You got to pick your poison with him. That quickness and his ability to get to the rim, though, that can impact what they do offensively. Most of Simon's shots are inside or outside. I don't know where the other side they could come from, but he can hit from anywhere.
And here's Collins from outside. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Pass to Ayton. The kick out to Simons. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the wide open shot from Avdia. Off target from three-point range. The Bulls have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. From past the arc. Here's Vucevic. Shoots a 3. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Giddey's intelligence grows by leaps and bounds game after game. Great vision and a nice rapid-fire decision.
Outside, Simons. Back to Ayton. Vucevic with the rebound. Chicago leading. Inside. Here's Giddey. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Oh, Josh Giddey showing you he can get up.
Portland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Simons surveying the D. Over Giddey. From 13 feet, it goes down. Simons has got 7 points.
You've got to keep track of Simons all over the floor. Give him an inch of space and he'll burn you.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Here's Simons following the three-point basket by Chicago. It's rebounded by Giddey.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Hits it from three-point range. He's got 8.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Avdia kicks to Simons. Pass to Ayton. Sharp on the wing. White covering. And it's Sharp missing.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
And it's White missing. Trailblazers trail by 7. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Simons. And it's blocked.
Nice rejection from Giddey.
The Trailblazers pull it in. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
A long and tiring game, made worse, obviously, by the fact they ended up in the second overtime falling short, which can be a real morale killer.
Now here's White. He had 10 points in the win against Toronto.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. for a different look here. Robinson's checked in for Vucevic. Smith comes in for Collins. Ayo Dosunmu is checked in for White. And Jones subbed in for Josh Giddey. Williams, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Ayton dishes to Williams. Sharp with it. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Ayton sets the pick for Simons. A three-pointer is right on target. Simons has got 10.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Hey, Brett, what's one area where we really see these Portland Trailblazers excel?
Well, they're great on the offensive glass. They have presence on the inside. They have a ton of focus on just collecting rebounds. So great at retrieving those misses.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Following the three-point basket by Chicago. Pass to Sharp. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kamara. Trying to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. The NBA's 65 games requirement for postseason awards has drawn some criticism. But Adam Silver says, ultimately, this is about the fans and putting the best product forward. Load management was not working for us. This is having the desired effect. The guys are on the floor. Kevin?
Yeah, they want to be on the floor, right? Keep them tuning in. Good stuff, D.A. Thank you. Now, here's Dosunmu. No scoring in this one. It's good from long range. And the Bulls lead by 13.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Sharp, the pass to Simons. Portland again, missing.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And there's the bucket from Dosunmu.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Now, here's Ayton. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Raptors in Toronto. That's a 2 from Simons. And just miss after miss right now.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 17.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And all month long, he's been fantastic, and now he's been named the Eastern Conference Player of the Month.
Well, he's been an absolute magician when the ball has been in his hands. There isn't any aspect of the offense that he hasn't contributed in, and it's been a pleasure to watch. I mean, unless you are an opposing coach, then his play has been a vivid nightmare.
A part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
Trying his luck from deep. Another three for Chicago.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Outside, Avdia. To the middle. And it's Klingon with the jam.
I tell you, not only does Klingon set sturdy screens, he knows how to make himself available for the pass.
Out to the right wing. Smith outside. On the wing, Dosunmu. Shoots over Avdia. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And so it's Chicago, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Chicago?
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Here are the five. Portland has to start the second quarter. Bringing is out there with Rob Williams. Then there's Jeremy Grant. Then it's Henderson. And it's Avdia in at the two-guard spot. Goes back up. The rebound by Grant. Trailblazers trail by 18. Now Avdia. Nothing on the board. They get it again. A nice shot by Klingon.
Klingon knows how to use that size, both as a screener and a finisher.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Back to Giddey. Over Henderson. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Grant. Chicago grabs the miss. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Giddey with the bounce pass. He takes it in. Yep, it counts. 24 points for him.
And Giddey just that sixth sense to find the open man.
Grant outside. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Nailed from three-point land. Grant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Bulls moving the ball around. A jump hook, and Klingon pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 17. Nice move. And it's finished off by Grant as he lays it in. Grant's got 7 points in the game.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
A skilled shot by Grant coming over in a
Ayton, the pass to Sharp. Here's the screen. No good on the three.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Robinson sets a screen for Jones. The NBA scoring explosion, Brent, hasn't slowed down. We're getting record-setting offenses, it seems like, every single season.
Yeah, Kevin, lots of factors going into that. Obviously, more three-pointers being taken and figuring out the math of the game, but let's give credit to the players and the work that they're doing in the off-season in terms of getting better with their skill to be able to shoot that basketball and seek out the most efficient shot on the court.
Ayton a screen on Jones. Here's Simons. Portland again missing. The Bulls leading by 12. 14 feet away. Portland grabs the miss. Kamare's got 4 rebounds in this game. Avdia the pass to Simons. Can't connect from 13 feet out. And Chicago shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Back to Jones. From deep. Sinks the three-pointer. Jones has got 5 points in the quarter.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
Well, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Jones against Simons. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Chicago's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Jones, no luck.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Simons against Jones. Simons kicks to Ayton. Sharp on the wing. And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Welcome. First up on the agenda tonight, let's see how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up. Swerving off topic for a moment, I need you guys to weigh in on this. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, man, it's a hot dog. Jeez, it's right there in the name.
Well, it's got meat, correct?
Right.
It has bread.
Right.
Isn't that what it takes to make a sandwich?
Stuffed between bread?
That's not how it works. Every summer they have a hot dog eating contest, not a sandwich eating contest. They're different.
I really feel sandwiched between two great debaters. Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Chicago Bulls.
It's not just about taking a shot. It's about taking the right shot. They've made a lot of good decisions out there.
Sometimes you just have a great night. Here in the studio, that's, I guess, every night, huh, Shaq?
I would agree, my brother.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip. The guard set is Giddey and White. Collins is out there with Vucevic. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
The three. Offensive rebound, Collins, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Collins has got his first 2 points.
Collins with a good read there and laser focused on where he could get to collect the offensive board.
Got that one up quick.
Man, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Outside, Simons. Ayton sets the pick for Simons. Off target with his three.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. That's a bad miscue. You can't give up looks like that all game long.
White, wide open. He fires. Misses the three.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Simons has got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, Simons has great confidence in shooting that three ball, and that consistency will help this squad.
Trailblazers trail by 19. Avdia, the pass to Simons. Ayton in the corner. Outside, Simons. The three-pointer off the mark. Chicago's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Drains the three-pointer.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Outside, Avdia. Shot from 12. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Outside Collins. Here's White. And it's off from three-point range. Portland's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Outside Simons. Back to Sharp. Trailblazers moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Here's Avdia. Nice shot from the wing.
And a nice looking stroke from the mid-range. Avdia just taking what the defense is allowing.
Chicago leading by 20. It's White on the wing. Beyond the arc. That's it. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Sharp, the pass to Avdia. Pass to Simons. Inside. And it's Ayton missing.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
I mean, a 6'8 playmaker. Giddey is a point forward, and he piles up the assists.
Only 3 games until the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the West will be won. You look at Portland. Their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Grant, some early success for Josh Giddey in the NBA. When you look at his game, what do you like most?
I love the vision, Kevin. This guy is one of the most creative passers that the NBA has and is willing to take some risks. And the reason he does that is he has confidence in his teammates. But that vision by Josh Giddey is something special.
Chicago's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line. Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Sharp, the pass to Simons. Outside, Avdia. 6 to shoot. To end the run. Traps in the tray. Avdia's got 5 points in the quarter.
You can see the work that Avdia has put into that three-point shot.
Pass to Vucevic. Tries a three. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got his 6th rebound on the night. And it's Avdia off the drive. And that one, good. Avdia's got 7. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Vucevic with it. And here is Giddey. 9 points in the game so far. That one good for 2.
And you get used to seeing that from Josh Giddey. The way he sees the court is just remarkable.
Now, here's Sharp. Outside, Avdia. White against Sharp. Offline with his 3. Bulls have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. They grabbed their own miss. Collins, good.
Even with the defense all over him, Collins sticking with it.
And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Sharp, the pass to Ayton. Simons with the ball. That 3 off the mark. Pass to White. Down low. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Avdia. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. LeBron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 to 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you. So Chicago ends up going... The Bulls leading by 22. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. Grant is out there with Scoot Henderson. Then it's Williams. Then it's Walker. And it's Klingon in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Three-pointer. White. Good. White's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Chicago.
And until he cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hands.
Outside, Walker. Henderson outside. Over Giddey. Here's Klingon. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Puts up a 3. An idea of voter fatigue, Brent. You feel voters get tired of the same guy winning every single season?
Yeah, I think they do, Kevin. And it's a shame because, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, those players looking back at the statistics from any given season deserve to be the MVP or all defense. And I hope that maybe that atrophy doesn't take place this year.
Lets it go from deep. And it's Portland with the rebound. Klingon's got 5 rebounds tonight. Loads it up for Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Oh, look at that rim after that Williams jam. It's still swaying.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Pass to Collins. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Giddey. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. And a wide open look for Walker. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Three-pointer on the way. Henderson pulls it in. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Walker's shot is off. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Pass to Collins. Now Giddey. To the right side. Just 5 on the clock. That's a shot he doesn't shoot very often. 37 points for him.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Grant surveying the D. Shoots over White. No good from Grant.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And it's Klingon with the jam.
You can't teach size, right? Klingon is already one of the bigger guys in this league, and you can see him adding another 10 or 15 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Grant against White. Grant, right side. Over White. No good from Grant. For Chicago, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
And you think about rookies coming into the NBA.
Ooh, okay. Man, Jeremy Grant is one of those guys that's capable of highlight dunks on a nightly basis. That time, vicious finish.
Here's Giddey. Takes the 3. White, good. White's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Bulls.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Grant the pass to Henderson. Knocked loose. Here's Klingon. It's rebounded by Giddey. Giddey's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. From beyond the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul. First team.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They're looking to attack in transition every time down the floor, just wearing the defense thin at this point.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. They're boxing out. They're getting...
He's changing it up here. Smith against Ayton. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. Do you think fans like that?
It's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, doesn't it feel better when you when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all.
The free throw drops for Smith. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, Brent, the Blazers had a real chance to win some titles.
Oh, man, they ran into some great teams, too, Kevin. The bad boy Pistons and then the Bulls, obviously, with Michael Jordan. You know, winning a title in those days took something special, and the Blazers were right there.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Sharp on the wing. Pass to Ayton. Back to Sharp.
Hey, who's watching now?
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. We know, Brent, there are many roads that lead to the modern NBA. And Shaedon Sharp took his own unique path.
Yeah, Kevin, you could say that again. I mean, he was on the Kentucky campus as a player, but never participated in a collegiate game, and then all of a sudden finding himself at the top end of the NBA draft without ever playing a college game.
And again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Avdia with it. Simons, the pass to Ayton. And the slam dunk by Simons.
Love the combination of skill and athleticism. Anthony Simons exploding offensively here.
This one for three. Another three for Chicago.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
The Trailblazers have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And, Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
Launches it, and the three ball is good.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Pass to Sharp.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
There's a screen. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. "11 feet away. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Sharp's got 6 in the quarter.
Oh, making it look routine. This is why Sharp's guys encourage him to look for that shot.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Chicago.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And now racking up there, I can't believe I'm saying it, 71st victory of the season. Wow. Not something that happens often. What a ride it's been for this team.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
Avdia, the pass to Sharp. Fires the three. Rebound by the Bulls.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Pass to Kamare. Now here's Simons. And the three off target.
as he continues to pile up the points. He is moving into elite company.
Moving up on the 4th highest scoring season in league history.
And Wilt Chamberlain holds so many of these top scoring marks. He's got this next one with 3,033 points set back in 1961.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that's going to do it tonight.
Another game, another win. Back to work tomorrow.
Another day, another win. Good work. Tonight should be easy work. after it, MP. There he goes. Give us something good tonight.